am worried that my phone is about to die. Yeah, thank you so much. So I don't want to miss anything. Thank you.
And now you won't. Okay, so now let's try this again. Oh, come on. Okay. So the question is, why are you here? That's the number one question. It's like, why are you here? And you know, this is a very interactive session. So you can, you know, you can unmute yourselves and just go for it. I mean, you're in a safe place. Whatever you say, it'll be kept within these electronic walls. So why are you here?
Hey, hello.
Hello.
I'm Ram. I'm the Vice President of PR in the High Park Speaker Club, Anat Library in District 60. We were trying too hard to promote our club, and I'm on social media, Twitter, and the hardest part was good chunk of our own members who come to our club doesn't have a Twitter account, and I'm trying to get them into a Twitter account so that they can tweet and getting promoted to the club. Let's say, for example, I have a meetup page, but barely anybody signs up. So I have a meetup page, it runs. I don't know how to promote my meetup page. This whole thing looks very, like, what do you say, doom and gloomy to me.
Okay, and we'll talk, and I'll make sure that you should write that down. That we talk about, we'll spend a few minutes talking about Meetup, and at least what I can tell you what I've discovered in using it. Anyone else? Don't be shy.
So I can go.
Okay.
I'm Karan. I am a newly elected VP PR in our Manulife Toastmasters club in District 60. And really, that's the main reason I'm here, is that I'm newly elected into the role, and I want to find a way, or continue to find ways, for our club to be better represented online within Manulife internally and externally, to both to bring on new members, to show some of the great work that's being done, and generally just to make the club more visible. So that's really why I'm here.
Okay, is your club, is it an open or closed club?
It is an open club.
Okay.
Okay, I can go next. My name is Vlasta, and I am in Gamely Speaking Toastmaster Club. Last year I was president. This year I'm a VP of PR. And my goal is similar to Karan's goal, to promote our club, which is a corporate club, internally and also externally. But primarily for me is internally, just to get awareness of our organization about club.
Okay. Anybody out there?
Yeah, hi. I can go next. My name is Anil. I am recently elected PR of Plaza Toastmasters Club. Our club number is 7994. Since I have I've been elected recently, just wanted to attend the training. And main takeaway which I am looking for is how to promote the club and increase membership. We are already 23 members now. Still just want to.
Oh, that's very good.
Jealous.
President distinguished club, and we want to maintain that number and want to increase it further. Just want to know how to promote it even more. Thank you.
All right, so we know that some people are here to try to figure out what to do with what to do with Meetup, and the rest are, in general, they're here to either to find better ways to handle their communicating electronically. So I'm going to start. One of the things that you have to start off thinking about, there's two things. And one of the things is, what is it that you are promoting is really, really important. It's about what is it that you're promoting. And it's kind of a it's a twofer in a way, right? Because this is one of the things that you're promoting, right? You're promoting the Toastmasters 21st century educational program is the thing that you are really marketing, is this, right? This is what you're using to reach out to the community, because this is the best thing since sliced bread. It's pathways. And then the second thing that you are promoting is your club. And I know in some ways it's almost, the same thing, but they are different. And that's one of the things that we have to remember, that they are different, because if you don't, I think this is where we, including myself, have run into problems when I go to try to reach out to the community. It's important that we realize that most people know about Toastmasters, and those who don't are going to be pleasantly surprised by the way we introduce them to it. Okay, we all know about pathways and the things that you have to do in order to become a distinguished club Toastmaster. And all of these things that you have to do to move ahead, these are the things that you can actually use to promote your club. Now I'm going to give you the $20 piece of information that was given to me, and I think it will work for you. Okay, so listen. It's not about the journey. It's all about the result. Okay, so what I'm saying is, it's not about when you're promoting Toastmasters, you're promoting the pathways. It's not really about all of that. It's about the result. Join Toastmasters today and become a better speaker than you were 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. See, you're selling the result, not all of the stuff that goes in between. That would be like trying to sell the dictionary. I'm going to sell the dictionary, so I'm going to tell you, selling the dictionary, you'll become, one of the best. You'll learn 5,000 words every year by buying my dictionary. No, why not say, if you buy my dictionary, you will become the master of word manipulation. It's the result that you're selling. It's not anything else. For an example, if I was selling a car, and this was an example that was given to me. So I went to one car dealership to buy a car, this white car. It was rooftop came off, beautiful BMW, loved the car. The guy started telling me about the engine, the tires, this leather seats and all of that. And I said, okay, well, that was nice. And I walked away. I went to another dealer, the same car. And the guy said, do you like that car? I said, yeah, love this car. I think it's beautiful. He said, can you just imagine in this car and you are the life of the party, chicks all over the car? What the car? Not because of the car itself, not because of the huge engine or the beautiful seats, but because of the result. So when you are promoting Toastmasters, I want you to think about the result. Because really, that's all people care about anyway. They'll get to all that other part of it, all that other stuff later. But it's about the result. And I want to give that to you now before I forget. And then I'd be kicking myself later on. In fact, for the rest of the weekend. Okay, so we know about pathways. We know where pathways is. We know how to look at the overview of pathways in order to pick up high points in order to talk about the result. Now, in order to talk about the result, you have to know your role as the VPPR, right? And then you also have to know about the responsibilities that comes with what you know. Also, you also have to be able to find the resources that you need, because I believe in two types of knowledge: what you have in here and in the books that you have, or somewhere on the internet where you can actually reach to that information. And one of the places that I want you to, I think was in the Dropbox that I sent you guys, was this booklet, the Club Leadership Handbook. Is there anyone here who has not seen this booklet? This booklet is great for two reasons. One, you get to know about what your role entails. In 2 pages, just 2 pages. And the same goes true for all of the other roles. So it's important that when you have your club exec meetings, and when should you be having your club exec meetings? Somebody talk to me. When should you be having your club exec meetings?
First Thursday of every month.
Pardon me?
First Thursday of every month.
Okay, every month. Is that what you said?
First Thursday of every month.
Okay, so every month you should have your club exec meeting. Every month.
And we do.
Okay, and I know that some clubs, they say, oh no, we have it every other month. Some have it every 3 months, but things change so rapidly in 2 to 3 weeks. It's important that you get together every month to talk. And having this manual and you reading your 2 pages, and then you take the time to read everyone else's role. When you get together and have your club exec meetings, you'll find that they'll move a lot faster. Why? Because not only will you know what your role is, but you'll also know what everyone else's role happens to be. This is very, very important, because how can you ask someone to help you, or you want them to become part of something that you're doing if you don't know what they're doing? Planning is key. Okay, there was another booklet that I mentioned, that I asked you guys to look at. And I think it's called Let the World Know. All righty. So on, this is from the Club Leadership Handbook, the book that I just showed you. These are dates. These are things, some of them are dates, things that you need to do as the VPPR. And if you notice, all of these, they have these colors and numbers. Well, the one that's for us is number 4. And these are the things that you're supposed to do every month. It's telling you every month what you should be doing.
Right.
Now you put these on a calendar so that you can see what, and this is from Toastmasters International, from them, what they say we should be doing. So you put all of that on a calendar, your calendar. It could be Google Calendar. It could be Microsoft, whatever they call their calendar. Microsoft 360, Outlook, there we go, calendar. So that information goes on there. And then on top of it, the District 60 has a calendar. And you can find this on the District 60 website. And it goes from July 1st all the way to June of next year. And you find the items that are specific to you, things that you need to think about doing in order to promote your club, or to make sure that certain things are known within your club. So for an example, and this is already come and gone, but if you notice, there's something that you probably want to tell your club, which is at the Saturday, July 31st, that club officer training continues until August 31st. So these are the types of things that you want to tell your club, or you want to put things in your calendar that would promote your club outside of your club. Now in the Let the World Know, they talk about planning. On page 11 is where they give you a brief touch of the importance of planning. Remember, you are there to support your club. You're not there to lord over them. You're not. You're there to help them. Okay. I know some people, in my past experiences, they get the role and their head swells because they find themselves in this role. And it's not about that. It's about something that one lady you told me a long time ago, and she always said this to me. She said, it's not about you, it's about the member. And if we remember that, we will always be able to keep our heads close to the ground and get the work done. We're going to be a team player. Very important that you can collaborate with your club exec and the membership, because you'll need to ask members in your club to be part of your committee. You may need to put together a committee in order to handle an open house that you're doing. Or if you're planning on holding any other special event, club contests, even though that probably wouldn't be under your portfolio, but you still would need to know all of these aspects, because you're going to be promoting these things to the world about what's going on in your club. So anything that's great, good, and wonderful, these are the things that you want to let the world know. All right, so get the word out. we want to know what is our go-to and what do we use, I can't see, for guidance. And we just talked about this book, and that's Let the World Know. Let this book be very close to you, along with the other booklet that we talked about, which was the Club Leadership Handbook. Those two pieces, those two documents are essential for your success. All right, so protecting the Toastmasters brand. Does anyone know what I'm talking about when I say that? What is that? In fact, we just got a taste of that from our keynote speaker and questionnaire. The Toastmaster brand happens to be what makes up Toastmasters. We are a part of it, and what we say or do in the name of Toastmasters can either promote or damage the brand. So it's very, very important to make sure that you are using the brand in such a way to promote. I'm going to bring this up. I'm not asking for any, I'm just saying this, is that one of the things that Toastmasters talk about is the brand. One of the things that they don't particularly care for is when clubs come up with their own logo. It weakens the brand. And so Toastmasters asked us not to do that. That's just an example. So even down to, say, color coordination, using colors that are not brand compliant can weaken the brand. And we'll talk about that a little later. Okay, so you want to, these are the things that you want to do as a VPPR. Oh yes, and by the way, branding is actually talked about in the Let the World Know booklet, which I gave you on page 9. And they talk about how to use it, the sizes, where to place the logos, and all of that type of stuff. I remember one time I created this logo. It was beautiful. I had this logo and it was in this very intricate, beautiful design. It was, I thought, perfect. And it was suggested that I let the ticket, submit it to the brand, Toastmasters. They have a department, the branding department. And it was rejected. I could not use it. It broke my heart. And I didn't use it. But I was glad later on, after I got over the pain, that I didn't use that, because it would have dampened the brand. They have very specific things about using it. I don't know if you've ever seen there's a button on the in the store, TI store, and it says, ask me about Toastmasters, and then the Toastmasters logo is in the center. I created that button. But let me tell you, it took forever for me to get that, to get them to say yes to it. They sent me back more paperwork. I had to do paperwork. They sent it back. It's, I thought it was never going to end. But it made me appreciate the importance of the brand and not allowing it to be watered down by anyone or anything. So developing a public relations program, and that's internal, and that's part of planning. It's something that you want to do in order to develop a public relations program. I think in the folder that I gave you, there was a calendar in there that allowed you to put information in it so that you can begin to plan your internal, or you could use that same form for your external projects. Okay, so promoting Toastmasters and your club or district in your community through local news media. Now that is, I think I have a link, and I don't think that link is in there, which I'll give it to you later. But there is a list of all of these newspapers within the GTA that you can check them out to see whether or not they work for you. And I think they're all broken down, by community. So it's not like you have to, go through each one of them. And you can actually see which ones are that you think would work for you. Of course, we're looking for, since we're in public relations, okay. Oh yeah, so what's the difference between public relations and marketing?
Good question.
Aha!
Yeah.
The difference is public relations is free. We're looking for free stuff. Marketing is when you have to pay for it. See, as in, going to the market, you need money to go to the market. So marketing is paid, from public relations is not.
One thing, Elton, though, I think influencers have changed and put a spin on marketing and PR.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I think the world's changed.
Yes, because I remember a time when we as Toastmasters could say, we would like to rent that room at the Novotel, and they would say, okay, so that would be $1,500 a day. And then we would say, but we're Toastmasters and we're not for profit, and then we would show that letter from Toastmasters, and then the price would drop maybe by 50%.
Sure.
Those days are gone. They look at you like you're crazy. What? So who's going to feed me? So yes, I do agree with you, Belinda. Things have definitely changed. Did you want to? Did you have something you wanted to add to that, Melinda?
I know when I talk about public relations, it's really about generating goodwill. You want to generate goodwill. And I mean, Toastmasters is very positioned to be able to do that quite easily, to generate goodwill when you recruit members. I mean, you are selling a product, but the costs are fairly minimal compared to other programs. So I would say it can generate great goodwill, and that's a great place to start when you try to market what we do here at Toastmasters or through our clubs. So I think maybe marketing per se is selling a product. It's like the best soap, the best deodorant, the best Coke. And essentially with Toastmasters, you're dealing with relationships and people. And
yes.
So you're selling relationships. And I guess that's how I would see the difference between PR and marketing, maybe, in a basic sense.
Okay. I can go along with that. I don't have a problem with that at all, because one of the things that we as PR people and through networking, we have to be able to be very authentic, right? We have to be extremely authentic. And that also means that you have to be very, you have to be very caring, and people have to know that. People have to know that you are sincerely interested in their well-being. So when you're promoting Toastmasters, it's not just about Toastmasters, but it's about that feeling that you have to promote. Because if you don't want, if you take your eye off the ball, you'll come across very cold. And if you do that, you know, some people may tune into that, but I would say a lot of people would not, because they need to know that there's this feeling there. For an example, we had one individual who in my club who just joined, and his concern was the fact of having Zoom anxiety, not fatigue, anxiety. And so we talked about it for about a week. He and I we just talked about it and the ways that I felt he could get over it, or at least to be able to get it under control. And because we had that conversation, he joined. But you have to be able to show people that you care, that you really, really care about them, and how important and how Toastmasters can change their lives. Not only for, you know, being able to talk to, you know, communicate with individuals at work, but we're talking about being able to do that with your family, friends, the grocer. This is how you have to talk to the individuals that you want. And this is how you're able to get your friends, families to come to your club meetings, because it is word of mouth. And it's far easier to do it that way than to do it through social media. Okay, so working with other clubs on activities and initiatives. So there's nothing that says that you can't have joint meetings with other clubs, especially if your club happens to be doesn't have a lot of people in it. I couldn't think of a better way to put that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you know, some clubs don't have enough people, 8 or 9 people. Well, maybe you should have joint meetings with other clubs.
Oh,
So
so
way,
can I ask a question? When you said small number of people, so what is there any minimum of number of people in a club? Is there, let's say, to have 5? Is there any limitation on that?
I don't. What do you mean limitation?
What is the minimum allowable number of people in a Toastmaster club?
Okay, so you should have 20.
Okay, and what if we don't have 20, but we know we're gonna have through this pre-R activities that we're gonna get, I don't know, that we're gonna have maybe 5 or 6 more in the year. Is that still okay if we have 8 members and then we get that gain of new members? It is. Okay.
Because we had the same thing. We had 8 members, and then we were able to get 5, which brought us up to 13. And then we were able to, we had everyone worked really, really hard, and we were President's Distinguished last year.
Even though it was small membership, less than 20.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
It can be done.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
But it's a lot of work, I can tell you. a lot of moaning and crying.
And I think,
okay,
you know,
you're welcome. All right, so
probably with the pandemic, where a lot of us are kind of in that boat, where we may have started with up to 30 or 25 members, and we're slowly shrinking.
Yes.
And you know, looking for that light at the end of the tunnel, that things are going to get better. But we probably will become like hybrid clubs, like not unlike hybrid workplaces.
That's right.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that we will become hybrid clubs, especially clubs where they have the equipment to do it. There's no reason why you can't. There are 3 Toastmaster magazines that talk about the art of being a hybrid club.
Okay.
And in them, they talk about, one actually talk about the layout, one talks about the types of equipment that you may want to look at in terms of getting, whether you want to go, you know, the Cadillac or mid-size or, you know, Beetle. And so all of these things you, as VPPR, you need to be thinking about, because all of these things have to have that. It's about the brand, and it's about promoting the brand. And of course, if you're going to be, if you're thinking about going, you know, having both hybrid, then, you know, you've got to figure out, okay, now how do I promote for, you know, by Zoom, and then also, you know, brick and mortar. Okay, read that one. Okay, and we just talked about that, about using Toastmaster key messages when speaking in public. You know, by the way, there is a, and I'm sure you guys have seen it or heard of it. It's called the benefits and the value chart that's put up by Toastmasters. I don't have one here. I'll send that to you guys. Oops. And that is, I think that's an excellent, excellent chart if you're looking for buzzwords.
Okay.
Okay. Creating and maintaining a website. Do you, all of you guys have a website? Yes,
Yes.
no, maybe so?
No,
Yes.
I mean, it's never up to date. That's we have one, but you know, rarely anybody goes there. So we shifted to SharePoint site, and but it's just for club members. It's not for wider population.
Okay, and didn't you, okay, that's right, because you're internal, right? Okay, all right.
I see.
But even as a website, even if it is internal, it should be updated. It should not be, it should not lapse a month where there's no activity, because no one's gonna, you know, if people go there enough times and see nothing's happening, they're not going to return to it, right? And you do have information that you can put on it because you're meeting, so that you can even have pictures of what's going on, or if nothing else, you know, the screenshot, the Zoom screenshot to put up and say a few words about that in terms of the meeting, the activity, and what to expect for the upcoming week. Very, very important. And this also is the same for, especially for clubs that are external. And I'm not talking about Easy Speak. Some clubs use Easy Speak as their website. That is not your website. That is the thing that handles your educational progression and you're coming up with your agenda. If you need a website, something that's going to give you that main screen, the index.html page where you can actually show your wares to the world. So for an example, well, why don't I do this since we're at this point now.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Okay, so yeah. Yes, I know I did that bad thing. Okay, so now let's see if I can now. I'm looking for something and I'm coming back on, right back online. Okay, so you guys can see this,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
All right, so this is called Free Toast Host.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
and then see how this is the I guess the another option.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice, this is for the Rising Tide Toastmasters, and this okay. So this is very simple. They have a picture, which tells a story, right? Because it lets people know what to expect when you come to a Toastmaster meeting, right? At least the setting, how it's laid out, right? And here we are, we're welcoming them, we're telling them what the Toastmaster educational system empowers you, and then gives you 6 items, and then invites you to come to a meeting. See, you can't, this is, to me, comes across a lot cleaner than the event Easy Speak, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on that first page, and it's not designed for this. It's designed to help us keep track of where we are within the educational program. This too also allows you to have certain things where, I mean, you can have agendas that allows you to plan to have your meetings. So you can actually have this as a twofer. Some clubs that a couple of clubs I belong to, they just use the this page for the outside, but then they use Easy Speak for the inside. Now I can tell you that Free Toast Host is very, very easy to set up. You can have this thing up and running in about an hour. Mm-hmm. And it was designed by Toastmasters for Toastmasters.
And how can we get, how can we get access to this? So my club has something like that, but just one person is administrator of that. And it's when we have kind of changes in club officers' roles, you know, some people do not know how to do this, and that's why they do not keep it up to date. So is there any manual that you can share that can help us learn about how to administer this?
Oh my God, I couldn't ask for a better segue. I'm on, if you go to the District 60 website and go to you know what a calendar is, right?
Sorry, what?
Calendar?
The calendar on the District 60 website. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can go there. See, these are all things that you as VPPR must know if you need to plan. Let's see, come on.
You're gonna go to a calendar. All right.
Okay, so everyone's familiar with this, right? Mm-hmm. To the District 60 website. Okay, if not, this is the District 60 website. And this is where if you need to know what's going on in a district, this is where you come to in order to find out. This is also where you can come to in order to help plan out the months as we're moving through the year. So I'm just going to say, I want you to see this. Okay, so this is under news and events, right? Uh-huh. And this is, I just clicked on the events calendar. Okay. And you see that? That right there is telling me what's going on within the month of August. So I know based on what I'm looking at here, what's going on in terms of club activity. All right, so I'm gonna hop one, I'm going over to September. And look at
Your
that, on the
toast.
2nd
Okay.
on the 2nd of September, oops, there is a class, a workshop for the free toast host. I'm the person that's teaching it. So if you go to the District 60 website, oh, why don't I do this? I'm here now.
From 7 to 8:30. Okay.
Okay.
Ah.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to grab the link, the Zoom link,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to put it in the chat.
Okay.
And then those who would like to register for it can do so. How's that?
Sure.
Okay, so now let's hope this works, right? God. Oh, don't look at that. Uh-oh.
That's great.
Okay, so now let me go to the chat. Okay. All right, and so that's the link there. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the link there in the chat. So for individuals who want to sign up for the Easy Speak, for the Free Toast Host workshop, that's the link that you can use to register. Okay, so now back to the
Back to me. Oh no.
that's okay. Okay. So it's all about how, okay, so now we're talking about how are you reaching out to your community? I think this is really important, and talk about that. So what information, okay, and I'm using this as an example. What information should be on your flyer? Now, it doesn't really matter if it's a flyer, if it's on Facebook, if it's on Twitter, and this is an announcement that you're making, right? So you're going to need to make sure that these 4 items, there are 4 items that you need to make sure that's on that website, Facebook page, social media. You want to use, as was mentioned in the keynote, you want to use high quality images. And I have another link I'm going to give you when this is over, and it has a sheet in there. So all the things that we're looking at now, outside of that link for Facebook, is on it. And so you can actually use that to review, to actually go back and check these things out. But you need high quality images. Do not, okay, have you ever noticed how some, you go to some sites and someone has pulled this image, and in order to, it fits a certain part of the screen, but now it's pixelated.
Mm-hmm.
Very unprofessional. And it's very distracting to have to look at something like that. So, and it's a turn off. People are, I can't, if this is what they're doing, sloppy stuff like this, then I'm going to find another club. Okay, so this is the play on Toastmasters International website. They actually provide stock images, high quality stock images that are free, that you can download whenever you feel like it. And they don't cost you anything. You don't have to write this down because it's on my list. that I'm going to send to you guys, and in that, and you'll be able to go to that link and actually see the types of images that they provide. Wait a minute. There's Pixabay.
Okay.
Is another one that does, and with Pixabay you can just put in some keywords, and it'll just pop back and it'll just give you very high quality images that cost you nothing. All right, so the four things. Who's going to be there, and who will be your keynote speaker? Now we're talking about what? We're talking about the open house that you're going to give, right?
Event planning.
All right. Now, I'm going to say something here. This is going to be controversial, but if I don't say this, I will choke on it. So just please bear with me. I believe that when you, as a BPR, are setting up a open house, to try to look for someone outside of Toastmasters. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because if you, from my experience, my experience is that when I've had Toastmasters come to my club and give a speech, I've had award-winning Toastmasters who won competitions within our district up to the highest from the district level. And when they come, the only people that arrive are Toastmasters. They're not joining my club, okay? They are not joining my club. So I would suggest to look to see if you can find someone else, maybe like an MP, someone that's well known within your community, anyone outside of Toastmasters, so that you bring people in to Toastmasters as opposed to having Toastmasters come to your Toastmaster open house. Does that make sense? Anybody have any comment? No. Okay. All right, so then the title of your event and what it's about. And then you want to have, where's this event going to be? It's easy right now because we just say Zoom, right? It's going to be a Zoom event. And then how are you to get there? And that means, in this case, the link. And do I have to register versus not? And then any other information thereafter. Okay, this is a flyer that I did a while back. And it has everything, you know, the who, what, when, why, where, all there on this flyer. And this was for the Youth Leadership Program. And I took it to the Victoria Park Collegiate Institute after we had gotten approval from the principal. And I put it up in the principal's, I guess, for the lack of a better word, principal's office. We put it up, and by the next day, we had 25 people, which was the limit. And then we also had another 25 people that were on a waiting list because we had the right information on the poster. And if you notice, the image is a high quality image and it tells a story. We've got young people sitting at the desk and they've got their computers. But the point is they're young people, teenagers at school. And that was what we wanted to promote. And notice where I put the Toastmaster logo. See, I know better already. I told you I went through this long thing with them. So I know that for Toastmasters, they won't squill if I put it up near the top and it's touching nothing. And nothing is touching it, and it's far away from everything. So so this way I can never go wrong if I put it there like that. But there is something wrong with this. What do you think it is? It's not brand compliant. You wanna know why? Because
For a
the
logo?
colors are not right. These are not brand compliant colors. So basically, even though it did a bang up job in terms of getting people to be interested in the youth leadership program, I failed because it was not brand compliant. And what are we supposed to be doing? Upholding the brand. Fortunately, I wasn't a VPR at the time in this when I made this this flyer. Not that that's any excuse, but and there you have it. So it's important to do that. So now what I want to show you is I'm going to pop back out of this thing again. If I can find this. Okay, here we go. All right, so now we're back out of it again. And let's see if we can. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now where is my thing? And then we come back in. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Brand compliant.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see, all of these are brand compliant, right? All of these are brand compliant. They even have for Facebook event banner, which is in these are all PowerPoint presentations that can be used or can be exported out to use for Facebook.
Sure.
Now, the cool thing about, and all of these are the same. The cool thing is that all of these guys, you see how but you see the layout, right? I can actually go into this as a Word doc. And oh, sorry, wrong way. Oh.
Open house. Got speech contents.
Okay. No, it's not performing now. Okay, I can tell you that these are all Word, as you can see here, Word doc. Or I guess maybe because I'm in
That one.
in this Zoom thing, and this is not functioning right. But by the way, this link I'm giving you guys, but this is a Word doc. These are all Word doc files. So all of this writing and stuff, you can erase it and put whatever you want. You can move these objects around to your liking or you can grab hold of objects from one and move it over to another in order to create your own. But regardless of what you do, they will all be color brand compliant. So this is my way. This is what I'm suggesting everyone uses during our open house come October. And we all know that, right? We're having the big open house come October 1st through October 31st, I think it is. And you do, this way, you don't have to be a designer, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And you don't have to come up with, I don't know. All of these look to me are very professional. I've already used one for the event that we're having on Sunday with the past international president, Alfred, I can't remember his last name now, but I actually used one of these. I just mixed and matched it all around till I got what I wanted. And then I was able to go ahead and use it. Very easy to use. If you know how to use Word, you'll be able to use any of these objects, any of these files, and be brand compliant when you create your flyers. Or you can actually, you know, if you're in Word, you know how you can export them into other formats. For an example, JPEG, or if you want to change it to what is that, PNG file, or if you wanted to send it, or you wanted to make it a PDF. All of these options you have available so that you can put it on the platform that you desire. That was hard. And I'm giving you the link for that. So don't worry. Place this in. All right, so this is something that you need to think about when you are doing your VPR thing, right? You can't make one flyer and send it out to everybody. It just doesn't work, because some people will read it, some people are not, because they're not going to be interested. And so this is where you have to come up with using as a strategy, targeting your audience, figuring out who's in your community, what type of people are in there. Hospital people, are they blue collar workers? Are they IT professionals? You have to know all of these things so that you can figure out how you're going to make a flyer, or how are you going to promote socially to a specific group of individuals. So one flyer doesn't work. You need to target in order to zero in on the people that you wish to visit your club. So how do you define your market? Okay, so that's the marketing basics. And this is where you're talking about marketing segments. This is figuring out smaller pieces or smaller groups of individuals out of the masses that you're going to deal with. Segmenting, which means breaking up the market into smaller homogeneous segments. And then you need to tracking. And when you're talking about tracking, is okay, now that you've got all these segments, how are you going to promote? How are you going to send what information to which audience in order to get the most results? And then positioning, and that's you. How is your club positioning itself to hit the targets that it's thought about? Make sense? So VPPR, responsibilities before the meeting. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. Verify the information on your website and social media is correct. That also includes making sure that the information is correct when you go to your Toastmasters, I'm sorry, Toastmasters International website. You know what I'm talking about? When you go into Club Central, and then you're able to actually see what do they show as your location. And in my years as being a Toastmaster, I've known several clubs that said, you know, we're not getting any members to come see us. What's wrong? You know, we've got, you know, everything all set up, everything's arranged, and no one's coming. Well, we found out when we went to the Toastmasters International website that the club moved, but they never updated that information. So no one showed up. Can you imagine individuals that may have shown up at the old location only to find no one there? So you want to make sure that your information is correct, up to date, so that people can find you. Okay, another controversial thing I'm going to say it, so you guys can beat me up later, send me nasty emails. Okay, I'm going to be authentic. It really bothered me when I was running for club growth director this year. And so I'm trying to visit as many clubs as possible. And of course, time is not your friend. So I go on the Toastmasters International website, I bring up the club, I just look down to see where the club information is, and what do I see? Here, you have to email this person, and this person will send you the Zoom link. Tick me off, because I'm thinking, why should I want to come visit your club, and you're going to make me jump through hoops in order to get there? Forget it. I'll just go to another club. Something to think about. Okay, we talked about free toast and easy speak, ordering promotional materials. All of these things can be picked up on the Toastmasters International website under marketing resources. And these are the things that you want to give to the individuals that are coming to visit you at your club. So the things that you should be want to give them is A, you want to give them that membership application, and you want to give them the value and benefits chart that I talked about earlier. And then if you want to give them any of these that are located here at the bottom. But you want to give them a package, something that they can take away with them, so that, you know, they don't forget you. If you give them nothing, as soon as they get off, you know, they disconnect, well, they probably will just disconnect. But if they have a package, even though it's electronic that you've given them, I think you increase your chances of getting a return. Okay, so when you're at your clubs, or even when you are online, say, so your SAA, or who is usually now the Zoom manager, you should make sure that this individual is distributing promotional materials to those who are visiting your club. We want to make sure that that's happening. And don't be ashamed, Don't be afraid to ask for your club members to give you to ask you to help them. I mean, for them to help you. That's what they're there for. So promoting your club, we have what? We have the, which are coming to an end now, the Smedley Award. And then we have Talk Up Toastmasters. And then we have Beat the Clock. These are three promotional periods within Toastmasters that you should be gearing up
Elton,
for. Yes.
I still see on the screen easy marketing templates. I don't know if you're showing something else, but that's what I still see for the last few minutes.
Oh, that's strange. Is
I don't know
is
how
everyone
about
else seeing that? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, same.
Well, thanks for letting me know. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna pop out of this. Go back in again. Oh, I wonder if I. Okay, so can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
hold on.
Reaching out. Okay.
Okay, so are at the top of my screen? I see outside/after the club meeting. Are you seeing that?
Yes, and just because for sake of time, if we missed to see some slides, I'm assuming you will be sharing the slides after the training.
$20.
Oh, that's a discount.
Oh, in that case, $100 then. Okay, so preparing club newsletter. Some clubs have a time with this because, well, it sounds like it's easy peasy, but it's a little harder than you think. So if and I'm giving you these links anyway, but this district 39, they have a little tutorial that they give in order to about creating newsletters.
Okay.
Okay, so we all know about attending club exec meetings. We talked about that early on today, and that's supposed to be monthly. Okay, and this is where you're to
Give your report, right? Sure.
yeah, but I can't. Okay. All right. To get and give your report. Okay, and so you're to attend other Toastmaster events. And why do you think you would want to do that?
To hear from others what they're doing, their practices. You see different ways of working. You come up with the ideas.
Okay, and I can't help but agree with that.
Well,
These are go ahead.
Well, I think with some things that, especially when it's events, you want to make sure your numbers are up. So with registration or whatever, you may want to bump up your numbers by doing greater promotions in certain areas or whatever to get those numbers up, or with events particularly. Yeah.
Yes, because
or a
let's say
contest, for example, you want to get the word out. So that's your job, to shake the bushes.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Shake the bushes. Area contest. Let's say you have a okay, in your club, you have a winner, right, for the club contest. Where do they go? They go to area contest, right? Wouldn't that be notable to go there to take pictures of the person in your club that is competing? Doesn't matter if they win or lose.
Right.
It's the fact that they're there competing. And on top of it, if they move up the ladder from division to district, you want to be there all the way while you're taking pictures of them as they move up the ranks. Doesn't also mean that you can't take pictures of other club members that are there, or friends of your club that are there, to take pictures of them that can be used on your websites or on your Facebook pages, because you want to update your Facebook pages and your website pages regularly, right? So if you're putting activity about the things that are going on in your club on your pages, then that stops you from having dead websites.
But I guess we are talking about world after COVID, because I don't know, in between now and let's say for the next year, I don't see it that we will, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm completely not informed, that those in-person events, like I would love to put photos of my club, when we are in meeting, but the best thing that I can do is take a screenshot of Zoom or Teams.
That's right.
And that's all. Like, there's no in person, there's no, when we're doing speeches, people try to stand up and do, but it's not really very good quality for you to post that on. That's what I'm struggling. For example, I don't have enough of those occasion in person or at all as a club that we don't come in person. So that's really nothing to take a photo of.
Okay, so when you're in, are you in gallery mode or speaker mode?
We're not using Zoom, we're using Teams, but we're in gallery mode, right? Because you want to see everyone face and all that. Yeah, we can pin it so we can see the speaker, but very often the resolution is very bad. Like I cannot see, it's very grainy.
Wow. See, we don't have, so we don't have that problem in Zoom, where we can actually do, where you can fill the screen with the speaker and not have all these other people on there. And this way, when you're taking screenshots, you're just taking screenshots of the person who's actually speaking.
Well, like I said, we can do that, but the problem is that some of the cameras are not that sharp. Like the quality of what I see on my screen is not that great. That's what I'm saying. But I guess the tips that you were giving are more when there are opportunities for in-person meetings, that we, from PR perspective, take advantages of them and take as many photos, because then we can use in our promotional material.
That's right. And if you're able to get good pictures from the screen, there isn't anything that's the reason why you can't use them. Now, it's unfortunate that you are having you're unable to get high quality, or at least mid quality photographs, so that you can actually use them to promote your club. That really hurts. But one of the things that do you have images of members that before COVID?
Not for all of them, but I can request them to give me some photos, and then I can make nice collage or something.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And they can then show, pick one that they feel comfortable sharing.
Mm-hmm. Because we're at this stage now where we have to take lemons and make lemonade, and we can't wait just because things aren't the way they used to be, because God only knows when that will ever happen. And I thought we were on the way until that Delta virus showed this ugly face, and I just went, okay, obviously we're not ready. you know, to come out of this. So it's just, so it's something to think about. Always, you know, I've come to believe, I believe now that sometimes if I think about things long enough, I could come up with another solution. Sometimes the solution isn't great. Sometimes it doesn't even work. But I feel that, you know, okay, so that solution didn't work, so I throw that out. But to me, that means I'm coming closer to the solution that's going to work, because I'm throwing out all the ones that don't. So I would always keep an open mind and not allow myself to be to stop looking for opportunities. Okay, and you want to make sure you have an assistant, right? You want to find somebody who's going to take your place come June 22nd. June 22nd, at the end of June next year, right? You're going to need to find somebody. And so this is why it's important that you have these, that you create teams, individuals that work with you on different projects, because who knows, maybe one of those individuals would be interested in taking on the role. By the way, did you know that you don't have to be a club officer to go to club officer training?
Okay.
So you can just have somebody just join you to come and to check it out. Or if someone just wants to go check out, maybe, you know, just see what the president's training is, they can sign up and go. There's no reason why they can't. So this is another way of introducing them to the world of club executives. And then after the thing is preparing your successor for office. And this means making sure that you do excellent turnover when you get ready to pass the baton. So they know exactly where you are, so that they can just pick up right where you left off. This way they don't have to start at step one in a project that you're maybe 50% into. We talked about club officer, we talked about the executive committee and what that means. And this is also where you get to promote your ideas. Okay, so you don't, as a VPPR, you just don't go running off and just kind of like doing your thing, but you talk to all of your other club executives to find out how they feel about it. Now, more times than not, they will add to your idea, and you may walk away with a $50 idea as opposed to having a $25 one. So the questions are, who will fill this responsibility when you're gone? When will such actions be completed? Who is available to help you? And what material and resources can you use? We already talked about all of these things in review, from going to what you're doing right now, which is club officer training. We talked about things that you can order for public relations, for your kits, for your visitors. We talked about, we did not talk about soliciting articles for our website. You can ask club members to give you articles for your website, just like same way like Toastmasters International. When you look in the magazines, right? Those people are donating those articles to Toastmasters. So why not get your club to do the same? Maybe you would want the articles to be more markety than not, but that's what your call and the person who wants to submit. Or if, you know, if me personally, I'm very hands off on that. I don't try to tell people what to write. I just take what they have and go with it. But it keeps the website fresh. And all of these things that I brought up here right now, the vice president public relations resources. Guess where that came out of? The Club Leadership Handbook. So everything that you want or what you need, you can find it. Now, I know that at one point, I don't think they do this anymore. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but at one point we used to get them, you become a club officer and they would send them in the mail, that leadership handbook, right? And everybody, each club officer would get their own copy. I don't know if they're doing that anymore, but I can say this, you can definitely download it. And as far as I'm concerned, this one online is far better than the paper one, because the PDF, you're able to search. You can actually do searches in this, and all the links are hot. So you don't have to go trying to, with the book, you've got to sit there and type it in. Hopefully you get it right. No, here it's all in the book. You just type, you just click, and bang, they take you to what the desired resource happens to be. All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about Meetup. How long have you been using Meetup? I'm talking to the person who mentioned about using, they want to know more about using Meetup.
We have been using it for 2 months.
Okay.
And barely there was any, like, what do you say, a traffic in there. At this point of time, I'm almost giving up on Meetup.
No, don't do that. So this is how, this is, and my personal experience. When I first started using Meetup, we got dribble. And I mean dribble. Sometimes we got nothing. But you have to go back to knowing your audience, knowing about the people in your community and what they're interested in. And you have to gear it or twist it in such a way that it's going to, that the people will find interest in it. Also, you need time in order to gain traction. So we had Meetup for about 1.5 years, and before we even started getting 1 or 2 people to actually, I'm not even saying come to the meeting, just to say that they want to be a member of the Meetup. And then you begin to start tweaking things a little bits at a time, to see what is attracting people. Sometimes if you tweak it and you find that you get 2 or 3 people, okay, so maybe you should back off and not mess with it anymore until maybe it begins to diminish. But I can tell you that currently, the way with my Meetup, I am getting at least 10 interested parties every time. I'm not saying that we get 10 people that show up, but we do get 10 people that are interested. And out of those 10, usually 2 people show up at a meeting.
Can you share the Meetup link if it's possible?
Oh, you want to see my Meetup link?
Yeah. If you could put up in
yeah. $20. Oh my God. Okay, here we go again.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe that's the. Oh. Okay. Oh, see, now you see all the links you're gonna get. See that right there? You guys are gonna be tired from clicking. Okay, so where is my, oh.
Again, we are looking at your club officer training front page of the
What?
presentation.
Oh my God.
At least that's what I see. Like sometimes I know it's not the same across. So.
That's okay. Let's see.
And Elton, could you please tell us how long this training is going to be?
What time is it now? Oh, it's 3:30.
3:36.
Okay, so I'm going to show this one thing and then we're done. And if for those who need to leave now, please do so. Okay, so are you seeing my District 60 thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Free toast workshop. Sure.
Yeah.
That's just
Okay.
a
Yeah.
page.
Okay. So we're back. So now we're going to.
After going to the page, can you just share your link? I mean, like your Toastmasters link. I mean, like your group links. That would be great.
Huh? Oh.
Like where you get like a lot of you told like a lot of requests. So I just want to see the template and what you are using.
Yes, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking you. Oops.
To your club.
Ah. Here we go.
Ah, wow. Okay.
Okay, so this is it. All right, so let me just
Creatively
move this out of
speaking.
the way.
Okay.
All right, so you see the picture right, that's where the guy's holding his hands like that. He's at the podium. Are you guys seeing that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That picture is from Toastmasters.
Right.
I downloaded. It's one of those high quality
Stock
images.
photo.
Right, that I got from Toastmaster. So you can see that the quality is really good, right? And then for an example, right now we're doing two things. On the 24th, we're having Karen Goodyear. She's going to come in and she's going to do a evaluation workshop. And then following that is our regular meeting thing. So I'm going to show you what that looks like because I don't think that. And this is basically all it says. It's the same thing that you saw on the other place. It's all across the same. And if you notice, we don't talk very much about Toastmasters International. You know why? Because that's not who they're dealing with.
Right.
They're not dealing with Toastmasters International. They're dealing with you. And in our case, it's creatively speaking Toastmasters. So everything that you want to talk about is about what creatively speaking Toastmasters is going to do for them. And we just outline what they are. And this is what month is that? Okay, so this is September 14th. So we don't have anyone yet. Oh, we do have one person that's signed up already for the 14th of September. I don't know why it's so far out, but okay. And that's basically it. And because of the other thing too is, you know, I was doing these really very complicated, high-powered selling Toastmaster content. And I don't think, and I think that's was the problem. People wasn't able to relate to that. But I found that by just using simple, plain old language and just being very authentic, it allows me to allow people to connect. Okay, so somebody, you wanted
The link?
the link to my thing. You guys are gonna copy this, I know you are. And I can I can see you smiling, Melinda. You know this, right?
No, it's very well done. Well done, Elton. No doubt about it.
Okay, so let's go to. Oh, all right. So I need to stop share now.
Okay.
And now go to the chat. And okay, I know we went through a lot of stuff, but on the 20th of this month, I'm putting another workshop, and it's not about this kind of stuff. I just want to talk about some of the items that you'll find in the Let the World Know booklet. And I'm sending you a plethora of other material that was in the Toastmaster magazine July of this year. Tons of information, but really good stuff, really good stuff. And so I'm gonna send you guys all of that stuff via the same way I emailed you the, oh my God, the other information. And I'll send that to you as well. And it's okay. So as far as I'm concerned, this meeting is over. But if other individuals have some other questions that they want to ask me, I'm willing to stay online.
Thank you so much for your
You are
time and
welcome.
everything you provided to us.
Okay. All right. Also, what I'm going to send you is there is a survey, or I should say, where you guys get the opportunity to critique me.
Sure.
And so I'm going to send that. I'll send that link to you today. And if you could just fill that out, it would make Andrew so happy.
Buckle up. Feedback is coming.
Oh God, I hope not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys very much. And again, if you guys want to leave, please feel free to leave. I know we all have lives, and even if it means you just want to go home and just want to get off and go to sleep, it's still it's your prerogative.
Thank
So
you.
I'm willing to stay on, and then everyone else who wants to go can definitely do that, and I can just stay on and answer questions from other people.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Overwhelming amount of information, but all very helpful. And this is my second go round as PR VP, but definitely will take a look at a lot of the stuff. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
And have a lovely day. Enjoy
Hey,
the
you
rest of the
too.
sunshine.
Hey, I promise.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.